On May 14th, 2008, a 19-year-old college student named Brandon Swanson disappeared on a rural road near Marshall, Minnesota. What began as a routine drive home turned into one of the most perplexing missing person cases in the state's history. A case defined by darkness, distance, and a phone call that ended abruptly. This is the story of Brandon Swanson. Brandon Swanson was 19 years old and had recently completed his first year of college. He was described by friends and family as responsible, friendly, and easygoing, someone who got along well with nearly everyone he met. He was close with his parents and had a strong support system. Brandon was known for his reliability and maturity, and there was nothing in his past to suggest risky behavior or a desire to disappear. He lived in a rural part of Minnesota, where long stretches of farmland and gravel roads were a normal part of daily life. Like many young people in small towns, Brandon was accustomed to driving at night along isolated roads. On the evening of May 14th, he planned to visit friends and then drive home, something he had done many times before. There was no indication that anything about that night was supposed to be different. Late that evening, Brandon left his friends and began driving home. At some point during the drive, he took a wrong turn and ended up on an unfamiliar rural road. Sometime after midnight, Brandon's car slid into a ditch. The vehicle was damaged, but still operable. Brandon himself was not injured. Unable to see exactly where he was, Brandon called his parents for help. During the phone call, he calmly explained that his car was stuck and that he was standing near it. He believed he could see lights in the distance and assumed they were coming from the nearby town of Lind. While staying on the phone with his parents, Brandon decided to leave his car and walk towards the lights, thinking he could find help or orient himself. As he walked, the phone call remained connected. Brandon talked casually, describing what he saw: fences, fields, and what he believed to be a gravel road. His parents tried to guide him using landmarks, but something wasn't lining up. At one point, Brandon suddenly exclaimed, "Oh shit!" The line went dead. That was the last time anyone ever heard from him again. When Brandon failed to arrive home, his parents immediately contacted law enforcement. Search efforts began quickly and expanded over the following days. Police officers, volunteers, search dogs, and rescue teams scoured the area where Brandon's phone signal last registered. They searched fields, ditches, creeks, culverts, and nearby roads. Helicopters flew overhead. Dogs tracked scent paths that ended abruptly. Investigators located Brandon's car the next day, but it was not where he believed it was. In fact, the car was miles away from the town he thought he was walking toward. This revelation raised troubling questions. Had Brandon been disoriented? Had he misjudged his surroundings entirely? Or had something happened while he was on the phone? Despite extensive searches, no trace of Brandon was found. No clothing, no personal belongings, no physical evidence indicating what had happened after the phone call ended. As one investigator later explained, cases like this are especially difficult in rural environments, where vast open land can hide crucial clues indefinitely. Over the years, several theories have emerged to explain Brandon Swanson's disappearance. One theory suggests accidental drowning. The area contained drainage ditches, creeks, and uneven terrain. It's possible Brandon fell into water or became trapped somewhere unseen. Another theory involved exposure. Disoriented, exhausted, and walking at night, Brandon may have succumbed to the elements, though no remains have ever been found. Some have considered the possibility of foul play, though there has never been evidence of an encounter with another person. Others suggest that Brandon may have fallen into a concealed structure, such as a culvert or well, that was missed during searches. Each theory offers a possibility, but none provide closure. The most haunting aspect of the case remains the phone call, the calm conversation, the sudden exclamation, and the silence that followed. Brandon Swanson's disappearance gained national attention, becoming the subject of documentaries, podcasts, and extensive online discussion. His family has remained vocal and persistent, advocating for continued searches and awareness. Over the years, renewed efforts have taken place, driven by advances in technology and public interest. The case resonates deeply because it feels so ordinary. A young man driving home, calling his parents, believing help was nearby. And then, nothing. More than a decade later, Brandon Swanson has never been found. No confirmed sightings, no physical evidence, no answers. His disappearance is a chilling reminder of how quickly isolation and darkness can turn routine moments into lasting mysteries. Somewhere along those rural Minnesota roads, the truth remains hidden, and until it's found, the case of Brandon Swanson remains one of the most haunting unsolved disappearances in modern America history.